Well, they say the best things in life are free, and volunteering your time certainly falls into that category. Add in some dogs and cats, and that time just got a lot better. Carol Gerber, Director of the Humane Society of Delaware County, joining us now to hopefully inspire you to use a little free time to help out their cause. Good to see you, Carol.
You too, Robin.
All right, first let's talk about the beautiful girl you brought with you today.
This is Aliana. She's a 5.5-year-old boxer. We got her from a shelter down in Chillicothe in early February. When she came to us, we ran some blood work on her just as a precautionary measure and found out that she has hypothyroidism, which is just a low thyroid.
Okay.
And in of itself, not a huge deal. We put her on some medication. She's feeling much better. She's lost some weight. She's got some hair back. She's got more energy. She really does.
She really does have energy, exactly. But she's such a chill dog. Like, I feel like you could have the best of both worlds with her.
You really can. She will sit beside you and be a couch potato, but she loves play groups. We have play groups every day at the shelter, and she loves playing with the other dogs. The volunteers that come into the shelter say that their kids adore her. She's great with kids.
Okay.
So she really is a good all-around dog.
All right, we have the website if you want to adopt her up on screen. And Carol, you talked about the volunteers, and that's what we're going to discuss today, because they are vital to what you guys do every day, aren't they?
They are. We have very small staff of people that work at the shelter. We depend heavily on our volunteers to do lots of things. And over the years, we've had volunteer programs, and they've worked and kind of not worked. So we've been tweaking it this year, and we actually have 2 separate categories of volunteers now.
Okay, yeah, and let's start with the first one. Let's do like the regular volunteers, the ones who are going to come in. What do you require from them?
So when you commit to be a volunteer with us, we ask you to come to a volunteer orientation, which we hold once a month. And that kind of gives you the quick overview of the shelter, what our needs are, and then you can actually break off into groups and get some more extensive training in the area that you're interested in.
Okay.
So we ask that you commit 4 hours a month to that. We have actual sign-ups on our website that we ask you to sign up for, so we can really depend on you being there.
And 4 hours a month still isn't a lot of time.
It's really not, and you can break it up an hour a week, 2 hours for 2 weeks, however it works better for you.
Okay.
We will give them extensive training in the areas that they're interested most in.
Okay, and that's for 16 and older, we should say, to come in, somebody probably who can drive there, get a ride there, right? Exactly, you want the teens. So how does somebody go about doing that? Do they just go to your website, come in?
Yeah, they can go to the website. We have a volunteer tab on our website. It gives a little rundown of what we're looking for, what the commitment entails, what choices you have of things to try to do. And then you just sign up online, come to one of the orientations, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, Carol, the second category, these are Friends of the Shelter, you call it. So what do they do?
So Friends of the Shelter is a more casual volunteer program. You don't need to come to an orientation. That's mostly for families who have small kids who can't really work at the shelter per se, but they can come in and socialize with the animals, whether it's the dogs, playing with the kitties. We've been doing a reading program the past couple of years with the kids in grade school. They'll come in and actually sit and read to the animals in their kennels.
Oh, that's cute.
It's great socialization for the animals, and it's good for the people, and that way they don't have to commit to coming in and going through training. They can just come in as they have time.
And I like that you can kind of choose what you want to do, because somebody may not be able to handle walking a large dog or do something like that, but you have all of these options in which you need help.
Yeah, absolutely. We have options all over the shelter, from office work to clinic work to handling the animals. So there's something for everyone.
And I would imagine if somebody's not close to your shelter in Delaware, there are shelters all over, and they all use volunteers.
Absolutely. Every shelter needs extra hands, and it's never, we're not trying to get all the volunteers for us. We want to work together with all the shelters. Everybody needs help, and every shelter has volunteer programs, so I encourage people to reach out to the one closest to them.
Okay, and Carol, lastly, what would you say to people out there who are maybe thinking, you know, I don't have enough time, or I can't stand looking at them in their cages, I want to bring them home with me every day? What would you say to those folks?
We hear that every day.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time that, you know, I know how passionate they feel about wanting to take these animals home, but what they are giving those animals at the shelter when they come in, even for just 30 minutes, it's such a benefit to the animals here, and you're really helping so many more that way.
Absolutely. All right, Carol. Aliana, am I saying her name right? Okay, so she is up for adoption. You can go to the website on screen. She will wake up from her nap if you want to adopt her, we promise. But here she is, taking a seat. How could you not want to adopt her?
I know.
Oh my goodness. All right, we'll find a home for her soon, so I want to thank you for being with us.
Thank you.